The historical township of Coolgardie currently boasts a population of approximately 800 people. However, it was once the third largest regional centre in Western Australia. Located 558 kilometres east of Perth, the township was the site of a major gold rush when prospectors Bailey and Ford made a significant find. The enormous influx of people to the area required a road to be cut through to the goldfields. This story continues the exploration of what is now called the Holland Track.
We're 50 kilometers east of Hayden, and this is where the fun really begins, because this is where the Holland Track turns into a four-wheel drive track.
Just making our way into native rocks now. Might be a good time to let some air out of the tyres. I've become quite a fan of soft tyres. Not only does it help your passage over soft sand, but it also seems to deal with the sharp rocks as well as making a softer ride over the corrugations.
To make the job easy for us, we've got these little preset tire deflators.
Down to about 18 psi should do the trick.
1080 refers to the catalogue number of poison found naturally in a good number of native Australian plants, especially Gastrolobium species, commonly known as poison peas. Native Australian animals have a resistance to this toxin, but it's lethal to introduced species. Baits laced with the poison are dropped and used to help control predators such as foxes and cats, which have a significant impact on native fauna.
The mound of earth is the alleged nesting site of the mythical malleefowl, a turkey-like creature I'm convinced is as rare as a Sasquatch and the Loch Ness Monster.
One of the higher points along the track was named Mount Holland to commemorate the expedition's leader. The term mountain is a little generous. It boasts a rough, stony track that takes travelers to its summit.
Quite apparent from the sinister clouds that some heavy weather is moving in from the southwest. It's bucketing down if you haven't noticed. Now I'm looking forward to some puddles further along the road.
I think he's looking forward to those puddles a little too much. I think he should be careful what he wishes for.
There could be trouble ahead. Oh shit. We're getting flooded. Welcome to Mr. Foreman's cooking show. Today I'm going to show you how to cook 2-minute noodles. Quite a complex procedure. Personally I like to smash them all up. And as there's two people having 2-minute noodles, we're going to cook up 2 packets. Grab a bowl.
A pot.
A pot is it? Pour them all in. There's a little packet in there of stuff. Empty the, you've got to open it first. Sprinkle in the MSG, because added MSG in small doses can be good for you. That came from an unreliable source. Once we have all that in there, we add water to your desired level. This should take around 4 minutes. I'm guessing 2 minutes for one noodles and 2 minutes for the other. 4 minutes is what I'm predicting. Now, during the cooking process, it's usually prudent to stir a little. I'm a spoon man myself, so a spoon is the tool that I'll be using. Okay, so here we are, and just taste them if they're soft. Oh, and as I said, exactly 2 minutes from the time we ignited the flame, it's ready to roll. Heat and serve.
You said 4 minutes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I said 2.
No,
It says 2 on the pack.
You said 4 minutes.
I said 2.
No, you said 4.
Cut and call them 4-minute noodles.
I don't want to call them 4-minute noodles. They're 2-minute noodles. I'm not subscribing to your bullshit.
It's a sausage, zucchini and spud night tonight on the gas. Rain's only just stopped. Looks like a promising evening ahead. Real promising.
After breaking camp on a fine-ish morning, we visit some water holes found by Holland's crew, not far from the hill. Last night's rain has filled them, and some resident desert-loving trilling frogs have taken advantage of the situation.
Rock holes like this was what John Holland and his crew relied upon for water as they cut the track through to the Coolgardie goldfields. This one's had some modifications. Struts to support a piece of tin that would protect the water from pollution by animals, such as these little dead birds. Looks like I got the puddles I was hoping for from that rain last night. We're in them.
The Holland Track passes through 16 million hectares of mallee and scrub called the Great Western Woodland. Claimed the largest intact Mediterranean climate woodland left on Earth, it holds around 20% of Australia's native plant species and around 20% of the country's species of eucalypt. It's also a haven for many endangered native animals, but is largely unprotected from the roving eye of development.
Granite outcrops become more common closer to the goldfields, such as this one at Sandalwood Soak. Originally formed deep under the earth, these ancient formations become exposed as the original ground level is cut down by the rivers and the rains and blown away by the winds. Crested dragons are a common resident of the mallee and the rocks, fast-moving insect eaters. This hole in the granite's called a ngamma hole. The natives used to rely on these as wells. This one here is bone dry, just like the rest of the country.
It does pay to drive carefully on the trail, as running over diminutive pedestrians is a real possibility, especially the well-camouflaged thorny devil, an easy target. Bobtailed skinks are another slow-moving critter to stay alert for. Traveling north along this vermin-proof fence, which we're going to follow for a few kilometers and then meet back up with the Holland Track. The plan is delayed by another encounter with a thorny devil, taking a well-earned break from eating ants and getting a little sun. He also puts on his best blue steel for the camera. We've come across the plaque that was erected for the centenary, so the 100-year anniversary of when John Holland and his crew originally built the track. And it's turned into a bit of a makeshift memorial and a bit of a waypoint for other travelers who are coming this way. And included in here is quite a few goodies, including kind of a bit of a sign-in book and little journals for you to enter. So I'm going to go ahead and enter us in there.
After the proposal to cut the track was accepted and backed by local business, John Holland waited until the end of the summer months before he and his small crew set out. They cut the track in just over 2 months, and it was said to have been the longest cart track cut in Western Australia at the time. We ourselves have a little cart on the track, but ours is powered by an internal combustion engine, and it's air conditioned.
We arrive at Thursday Rock, a large granite outcrop and campground towards the end of the track.
The salmon gum woodlands around Thursday Rock is a superb bird watching habitat. A good number of species are in residence. Purple crown lorikeets can be tricky to locate high in the canopy. Birds of prey, such as this juvenile Australian hobby, can be a little shy. Black-faced cuckoo shrikes are widespread throughout the country. Honey eaters are well represented in the woodlands, such as the very familiar white-cheeked. White-fronted and purple-gaped are also conspicuous companions in the wilderness, as is the yellow-plumed. The spiny-cheeked honeyeater is quite a chatty creature. Another specimen is the very small but musical brown honeyeater, and of course the ever-present singing honeyeater.
The corvids are another family of avian fauna making their presence well known. The great currawong is very curious and shares its gun-slinging swagger with the Australian raven. Butcherbirds make a delightful addition to the forest. And the Australian magpie is iconic across the country for its confidence and its song. There are plenty of smaller birds, such as the western garrigon, female red-capped robin, and the rufous whistler.
We're nearly at the end of the Holland Track. We're at Thursday Rocks, a charming campsite. Someone's overwhelmed. The ground is crawling, is moving with ants. There are a few flies about the place and an infestation of bees which are attracted to the Land Rover for the water we carry. Larger ants are in abundance, yet are not usually much of a bother. Nothing in comparison to their smaller, numerous and aggressive little cousins, the Iridomyrmex ant. Anything that hits the ground is mobbed savagely by armies of the horrid creatures. What ensues is a savage battle with only one sure conclusion: death. What we see here are the sugary crusts encasing a larva of a scale sap-sucking insect called lerp. The ants provide protection from predators in exchange for some sweet sap excreted by the insects. Sources indicate that an antenna tap is a signal for the lerp to give up the goods. Just on that crepuscular time between day and night sees an unexpected visitor, straight from the pages of myth and legend.
It's definitely worth a closer inspection of the salmon gums for the opportunity to view the myriad of odd little creatures living strange little lives amongst the woodland. We've just finished the four-wheel drive portion of the Holland Track, so now we're going to take Victoria Rock Road up to Coolgardie, where the track officially ends.
Final leg of the journey is a well-maintained gravel road leading us into what could be referred to as civilization. A journey along the Holland Track is a fine adventure indeed.